Yo, what's good, fight fans? Welcome back to Ring Ruler, your one-stop shop for the most electrifying boxing breakdowns on YouTube. Today, we're diving into an absolute brawl that had a Save Mart Arena in Fresno, California, shaking on April 27, 2024, Oscar La Migrana Duarte vs Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr. This super lightweight showdown was a clash of a hungry contender against a former world champ, and let me tell you, it was a roller coaster of heart, grit, and a knockout that nobody saw coming. So, grab your gloves, hit that like button, and subscribe to Ring Ruler for more epic fight recaps. Let's break this one down round by round, sprinkle in some spicy behind-the-scenes details, and keep you hooked until the final bell. Ready? Let's jump in. Picture this, Fresno's buzzing, the crowd's hyped, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Oscar Duarte, a 28-year-old Mexican powerhouse with a record of 26-1 and 21 knockouts, was coming off a tough 8th-round KO loss to Ryan Garcia in December 2023. That defeat snapped an 11-fight win streak, and Duarte was hungry to prove he's still a title contender. In his corner for the first time, the legendary Robert Garcia, a trainer known for turning fighters into beasts. Across the ring stood Jojo Diaz Jr., a 31-year-old former IBF super featherweight champion with a 33-5-1 record and 15 KOs. Diaz, a southpaw with slick skills and heart for days, was looking to bounce back after a split decision loss to Jesus Perez in February 2024. Both fighters were at a crossroads. A win could catapult them toward a title shot, while a loss might push them to the fringes of the division. The tension was thick, and the Ring Ruler crew is here to unpack every second of this war. Round 1 kicked off with Diaz showing why he's a former champ. The southpaw was sharp, using his footwork to dance around Duarte's pressure. Diaz's jab was popping, keeping Duarte at bay, and he landed a slick left hand that caught the crowd's attention. Duarte, though, was unfazed. He stalked forward, throwing heavy hooks, trying to cut the ring off. His power was evident, but Diaz's movement kept him safe. The crowd was already on its feet, and here at Ring Ruler, we were glued to the screen, knowing this was gonna be a dogfight. Round 2 saw Duarte turn up the heat. With Robert Garcia yelling from the corner, he started to find his rhythm, landing a nasty body shot that made Diaz wince. Jojo, though, wasn't backing down. He fired back with quick combinations, targeting Duarte's head and slipping out before the big man could counter. It was a chess match, Diaz's speed versus Duarte's power. The Fresno fans were loving it, and if you're watching this on Ring Ruler, you know we're all about those tactical battles that make boxing so addictive. By round 3, Duarte's pressure was starting to wear on Diaz. Oscar's relentless style, honed by Garcia's game plan, had him walking through Diaz's punches to land his own. A looping right hand from Duarte rocked Diaz's head back, and the crowd roared. Jojo, ever the warrior, responded with a flurry of punches, but you could see the power difference. Duarte's shots were like sledgehammers, and Diaz's face was starting to show the damage. Here at Ring Ruler, we couldn't help but admire Diaz's heart. He was taking punishment but refusing to fold. Round 4 was where things got wild. Diaz, maybe sensing he needed to make a statement, stood his ground and traded with Duarte. Big mistake. Duarte unloaded a vicious combination, a left hook to the body followed by a right to the head, that had Diaz stumbling. The ref watched closely, but Jojo's experience kept him upright. He fired back with a beautiful counter left, reminding everyone why he's been a champ. The back and forth had the Save Mart Arena shaking, and if you're new to Ring Ruler, this is the kind of action we live for. Hit that subscribe button to never miss a breakdown like this. Round 5 was a turning point. Diaz's movement slowed, and Duarte pounced. He trapped Jojo against the ropes, unloading body shots that echoed through the arena. Diaz tried to shell up, but Duarte's punches were breaking through. A brutal uppercut snapped Diaz's head back, and the crowd gasped. Jojo survived the round, but you could see the toll it was taking. The Ring Ruler team was on edge, Could Diaz turn this around, or was Duarte's power too much? Round 6 saw Diaz dig deep. The former Olympian showed his grit, using angles to avoid Duarte's bombs and landing crisp counters. He even rocked Duarte with a sneaky right hook, but Oscar's chin held up. Duarte kept coming, throwing punches in bunches, and the pace was relentless. Both guys were gassed but refused to quit. If you're loving this breakdown, drop a comment below and let us know who you were rooting for. Ring Ruler's all about connecting with fight fans like you. Round 7 was pure chaos. Duarte, smelling blood, went all in. He cornered Diaz and unleashed a barrage of punches, lefts, rights, body, head. Diaz was in survival mode, clinching and moving, but Duarte's pressure was suffocating. A huge right hand landed flush on Diaz's jaw, and for a moment, it looked like he might go down. Somehow, Jojo stayed on his feet, firing back with heart. The Ring Ruler crew was losing it. This was the kind of fight that reminds you why boxing is the sweetest science. Round 8 was where Diaz's fatigue became obvious. His legs weren't moving like before, and Duarte capitalized. He pinned Jojo to the ropes again, hammering away with body shots that had Diaz grimacing. Jojo tried to fight back, but his punches lacked snap. Duarte, on the other hand, looked fresh, thanks to Garcia's coaching. A massive left hook from Duarte wobbled Diaz, and the ref took a hard look. The bell saved Jojo, but the writing was on the wall. Ring Ruler fans, you know we love a comeback story. Could Diaz pull one off? Round 9 was the end game. Duarte came out like a man possessed, stalking Diaz with bad intentions. Jojo, exhausted but defiant, tried to box his way out of trouble. But Duarte wasn't having it. He landed a devastating combination, 2 body shots followed by a crushing right to the head. Diaz crumbled to the canvas, and the crowd erupted. The ref, Michael Margado, waved it off at 2:32 of the 9th, and just as he did, Diaz's corner threw in the towel. It was over. Oscar Duarte had done what no one else could. He stopped Jojo Diaz, becoming the first to hand him a KO loss. The Save Martirino was electric, and here at Ring Ruler, we were screaming at our screens. Post-fight, the emotions were raw. Duarte, speaking through a translator, gave props to Diaz but credited Robert Garcia for the game plan. It was a big difference with Robert, he said. It was the experience I needed. Diaz, heartbroken but classy, disagreed with the stoppage but vowed to keep fighting. I'm not done, he said, his voice cracking. I've got more to give. The Ring Ruler team respects that warrior spirit, and we know Diaz will be back. So, what made this fight so special? First, it was a classic clash of styles, Duarte's relentless pressure versus Diaz's slick boxing. Early on, Diaz's movement and counters kept him in it, exploiting Duarte's lack of a consistent jab. But as the rounds wore on, Duarte's power and stamina took over. His ability to cut off the ring and target the body broke Diaz down. Robert Garcia's influence was clear. Duarte looked sharper and more disciplined than ever. For Diaz, it was a tough night, but his heart kept him in the fight longer than most could have managed. This was a career-defining win for Duarte, putting him back in the title conversation, while Diaz faces an uphill battle to reclaim his spot. Now, let's talk numbers. Duarte landed 48% of his power punches, according to CompuBox, compared to Diaz's 32%. He outlanded Jojo 142 to 98 in total punches, with a huge edge in body shots, 68 to 24. Those stats tell the story of Duarte's dominance, but they don't capture Diaz's heart or the electric atmosphere in Fresno. If you want more deep dives like this, make sure you're subscribed to Ring Ruler. We're breaking down fights like nobody else. What's next for these warriors? Duarte, now 27-1 with 22 KOs, is back on track for a title shot. He's set to face Kenneth Sims Jr. on August 2, 2025, in Chicago, a fight that could solidify his contender status. Diaz, now 33-6-1, took another loss in November 2024 to Abraham Montoya, making it 3 straight. But at 31, he's not out of the game. He's facing Regis Prograis tonight, August 2, 2025, in a must-win bout. The Ring Ruler crew is rooting for Jojo to turn things around, but it's a tough road. Before we wrap, let's talk about why this fight matters. Boxing's super lightweight division is stacked. Think Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. Duarte's win over Diaz proved he belongs in that mix, while Diaz's resilience showed he's still got fight left. This bout was a reminder of what makes boxing special: heart, skill, and moments that leave you speechless. If you loved this breakdown, share it with your fight crew and let's get Ring Ruler to 100k subscribers. Drop a comment, who do you want us to cover next? Alright, Ring Ruler fam, that's the breakdown of Oscar Duarte vs Jojo Diaz Jr. What a fight. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive into another epic clash. Hit that notification bell, join the Ring Ruler community, and let's keep the boxing love alive. Until next time, keep your hands up and your chin down. Peace.